Hello and welcome to Design. My name is Maria and I would like to talk about some, I wouldn't say anti-trends, but the trends that you should probably stay away from for fall winter 2020-2021. Why would I do this? Of course, everybody has their own kind of favorites and their own style, but these things that I'm going to be going into are maybe some things that I feel won't last a lifetime in your closet if you do decide to purchase them, or maybe they're not as functional as some other items. So yeah, let's just get into it. I know that designers kind of use certain things like over and over again to kind of like push them a little bit on people because people don't want to change. They're afraid of new things. So designers hope that eventually they'll buy a certain product. So one of these things is a bucket hat. I think that bucket hats look really cute on like teenagers and like some really cool street fashion, but I don't know. Yes. This time we see Off-White, bringing it back into their fashion show, and I'm like, why? Just why? I think it's a little bit too late to buy it, to like get on the trend, because it's just so overdone and so overused. We've seen it so often that I don't know if you should like invest into it. Unless it's your style and you love it, then go ahead. But if you're thinking of experimenting with it, then I don't think it's a go-to hat for you. Okay, so another thing that you would potentially stay away from. So we see this trend continuing, and I've talked about it in the what not to buy for the summer, and it's the one earring trend. I love the asymmetry that it brings, but there is so many people that comment, oh my gosh, you lost your earring, or oh my gosh, look for it, did you forget to put another one on? And you have to explain that no, this is a trend, this is my decision to wear one earring. So if you are looking for that asymmetric look, then maybe get two earrings that are different length, as in like a set of different length earrings, or maybe a stud that is resembling the big earring part. But yeah, that's my opinion on that. But I love that trend, so I just need to get some studs for myself because I'm really tired of answering that question. Okay, so we still see the thick chains on like as necklaces on the runways. I think that this should, like, if you're thinking of buying or not buying it, maybe buy something smaller, but really big chains on the neck, I think they're going to be going out of style quite soon, because just we've been seeing chains for past few seasons. If you do want to continue with the chains, maybe go for something smaller, something like less in your face, or maybe a belt, like a thicker belt chain, or a belt on a purse, or something along the lines like that. If you guys are enjoying this content so far, please consider subscribing and liking this video, because maybe you'll forget later. Just do it now. Alright, so the next one I would advise you not to get are the really chunky, colorful gum boots or rain boots. So there's a few different runway shows where they were present, and so I saw them in Prada, I saw them in Versace, and another one, I don't remember which one, but they are like, they're just too colorful and too bright. They're like Crocs, but in a boot form. I've never found them attractive. Maybe, like, yeah, I don't know. Like, I think that they're gonna go out of style super fast, and they're not that, they're not that pretty. Okay, so the next one is the trend. We've seen it a lot. And it's like wrapping your straps from like your heel straps or your shoe straps around your trouser, like wider leg pant. And not only does it ruin the pant, it also kind of like, well, I guess that's the only reason why. Yes, it looks pretty cool on some, but once you like sit down or like get up, and then it just like the pant will like move and it won't look perfect anymore. So I are like telling you not to do that. to save your pants. Save pants. Okay, so the next one is the huge, humongous, oversized bags. If you're a shorter person, if you consider yourself an average or short person, this bag will make you look tiny. You will look like a little child that is carrying your mother's bag. Not only will it shorten you, I think it's really unpractical. Like, what are you gonna put in there? And like, once you put too much to fill it up, it's gonna be too heavy. And once you put in too many things, how are you gonna find your purse or your phone or anything inside of it? So yes, oversized bags like that, I'd urge you to stay away from it unless you're super tall, super skinny, supermodel. Then you'll be okay with it. But otherwise, no. So another trend that I would stay away from is matching your purse to your outerwear or to your dress. So doing this, you're kind of limiting yourself. It will be like an overuse thing, so you may be able to wear it once or twice, and then people will like consider this like too much, or maybe you'll get tired of it. And it's also expensive. You need to buy 2 things, you know, that match. And it's like an outerwear thing and a purse. So these are like the 2 most expensive things that you can, you know, wear. And why? I prefer to have my variety with things. So yeah, that's just me, maybe, I don't know. But we've seen a lot of that on the runways. Another trend that I actually like, but it is not really comfortable, is the really puffy sleeves, and not at the shoulder, but like maybe like a lower puff. And like Balmain had the skirt on the sleeve. Can you imagine, like, if you're left-handed and you're writing and like all that just goes on your sleeve, like the ink that didn't dry, or if you're eating, like all this will be in your plate, or maybe you're reaching over to get something and all of your sleeve is going to be in everybody else's plates. Love the idea, but not super practical. Okay, moving on. Another super not practical thing, but I really love, is the super long fringe dresses. They're so beautiful and there's so many of them, but can you imagine all that tangling up? Like, can you imagine that? Like, especially if you have kids, they'll want to braid the whole thing. Especially if like you're a person that goes to like sits in the car, closes their door. I've closed my door on so many skirts and scarves in my day. Like, I had a 10-kilometer trip and my scarf was like all in the puddles and everywhere. It was horrible. The fringe will be everywhere. You'll get stuck everywhere. I have like this like tiny fringe on my sleeves and one of my tops, and when I'm driving, I get stuck in my seatbelt. If it's an emergency, I just like yank it out and then it just breaks. So yeah, that's my opinion. I love them so much. Maybe go for like a shorter fringe, layers of fringe or something, or like a stiffer fringe, like a leather fringe. But those beautiful dresses with a nice, elegant, long, like moving fringe, oh my gosh, it's just not meant to be. So many sheer things that were happening on the runways, and it's winter, it's cold. How are you gonna be warm in that? So we've seen some outerwear even made out of sheer things, like in Dolce & Gabbana show. We've seen so many dresses, so many. I love the idea, but if you're living in a colder environment, how else are you going to be warm? Maybe as a layering piece, it would be fun and cool, but honestly, it's going to be freezing. So the next one, if you're a supermodel with no body flaws at all, then this one will be for you. It's the metallic fabric. If you're a normal person, then everything that you're trying to hide behind your clothes is going to be visible. Yes, all the rolls, all like the bellies, all of the, I don't know, bras, straps and underwear things, Okay, and the last one is the jewel embellishments. Yes, they look awesome, they look fun, they look cool, but just like as the Fringe thing, they're just not for real life. You'll get hooked on, if it's like a bigger embellishments, you'll get hooked on it, maybe ruin your clothes. You'll need to dry clean it. It's just very difficult to like take care of that piece because your hair will get stuck in it if you have long hair. Maybe those pieces are meant for like stars that only wear it once or twice to a public event, or there's their like own private people that make sure that everything goes well and nothing is ruined, or like, yeah, but in real life it's not possible to wear that. Anyways, here we go. This is my whole list of things that you probably should stay away from, especially that now we're going out of into the real world from our houses and we're like eager to buy anything, and like my hands are shaking. I want to go buy something. And maybe you'll find some of these in the discount piles, and it's all up to you whether to buy it or not. But yes, anyways. Alright you guys, thank you very much for watching this to the end. I really appreciate it. If you're liking this content, please consider subscribing and giving this video a like if you haven't done so. And I hope you have a great day and stay classy. Bye.